Welcome to this spring equinox meditation, and for this practice, which will take around 7 or 8 minutes, please make sure you're sat comfortably. It could be upright on a chair, or you may prefer to be on the floor against a wall. But whichever position you're in, just allow your spine to be supported, with room for your belly and your lungs to move freely without constriction. If you're sat on a chair, allow your feet to be supported by the floor. Or you might choose to be lying down, that's entirely up to you. Just be cautious when you do come back up to sitting, to take your time after the practice. Let yourself acclimatise by sitting up slowly. Make sure you're warm enough. You might want to cover up with a blanket. And then just allow your eyes to close. Allow your face to soften and relax. Check your teeth are slightly apart and let the tongue rest just behind your lower teeth. To begin, just allow yourself to take a smooth, deep breath and release it with a sigh. You might want to do this 2-3 times before letting your natural breathing rhythm settle. In this meditation today, I invite you to drop into the energy of the spring equinox, this time of balance between day and night, between darkness and light, and using the breath as a tool to focus our attention and mirror this turning of the year. Right now, we're just past the spring equinox, just a few days ago. So we're still in this time of balance between night and day, where we have daylight and darkness for equal lengths of time. And it's the point where we tip towards summer. We tip towards lighter days. We tip towards that period of the year when the most light is coming through from the sun. And the spring equinox, it's like a pause almost, a pause between winter and summer. We breathe out winter, we let go of winter, before we inhale summer with all its creative, energetic forces. But here at the equinox, we pause. We're breathing out, letting go of winter. And we're in that pause waiting for the inhale to come, which is inevitable. Just like summer inevitably comes after winter, there are certain cycles, ever changing but constant in their changing. Right now, around us, we see the daffodils blooming, we see the primroses blooming, and we know that soon the bluebells will be on their way. We have the blue skies and a sense of warmth in the air around us. The birds are singing louder than ever. And at this time of the year, we can see the cycles of the seasons coming around. And we can also see the cycle of the breath coming around. Just like the seasons, with summer following winter, the in-breath follows the out-breath. The in-breath follows the out-breath. And as we watch the breath, as we follow the breath, we can focus on that pause after the exhalation, before the inhalation comes, before the new energies come rushing in. But for now, just following your natural breath, not trying to change anything, just following the in-breath, following the out-breath, allowing your belly and your torso to fill, but without forcing, just naturally filling and emptying. And start to watch those phases of the breath, the cycles of the breath. Watching the in-breath where it ends, watching the out-breath where it ends, feeling the in-breath and the out-breath come and go, and just seeing where that particular phrase of the breath ends, not changing anything in any way, just observing, marking the end of the inhalation and the end of the exhalation. And then starting to watch where the exhalation begins and where the inhalation begins. Watching where the exhalation begins, where the inhalation begins. And just starting to see the structure of these phases of the breath. After the next exhalation, being aware of that slight pause before you inhale. So just watch, be aware. Don't try to change your breath in any way. Don't try to hold your breath. But just become aware at the end of that exhalation, there's a moment of stillness, a pause before the in-breath comes flowing in. That inevitable in-breath, that inevitable next stage of the cycle. Just as winter gives way to summer, the out-breath gives way to the in-breath. So just keep watching for the next few breaths, the end of the exhalation, the slight pause before the inhalation. And you might see it in your mind's eye as if you were drawing a circle. You inhale as you trace around the clockwise half of the circle. There's a slight pause before you exhale around and continue to the top of the circle. Just watching the breath come and go and being aware of that point of stillness, that pause in the breath. Just like the place we've been at the equinox. Tipping into summer, tipping into a period of more light in our days, more light in the space around us, more light in our cells. And letting go of watching the breath, just sitting with how you're feeling. Maybe there's a sense of peace, of calm, a sense of stillness. And just to allow that to flood your whole being. Bathing your brain, bathing your heart, bathing your organs, bathing every cell of your body with that sense of peace and stillness, knowing that this is nourishing you on every level. And taking a slightly deeper breath, bring some movement back into your fingers and your toes. Have a stretch if you need to. Allow your eyes to open and just take a moment before returning to your day. If you're lying down, just allow yourself to roll over to one side before you sit up slowly. Thank you for joining me on this meditation, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.